I said, boom. And on live, boy, this is your boy, FED. Um, Pocket Change TV 2. Yeah, Pocket Change TV 2, man. And I'm live, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I'm him. We go over here and try to see what I can do about getting off in the chat. Just in case some folks stop by. You know, I'm starting this thing all over again with the live thing. And so it's 3:48, so this might as well be the 5 o'clock. Chop it up, chop shop. Yes, sir. On a little happy Sunday. You feel me? I'm gonna go in. I'm going in. I'm going right on in. You feel me? A little happy Sunday. You feel me? I said, boom. And we live. And we live, nigga. Hey, man, yesterday I had a goddamn video, man. We went in on, we went on going. And so people who don't know what going is or gore is, that means you ain't nothing but a piece of chattel, aka cattle, uh, to the true power that be. When I say true power to be, I'm not talking about the Masonic order because the Masonic order is a puppet to the true power to be at this present point of time. Which I'm talking about the Jew. You dig? So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Boom. Now over here. You feel me? Bam. Okay. So going. Definition of going. I just told this that chattel is a Jewish term and a non-Jew. And if you understand, when you understand that the Jews are the ones behind the writings of all these religious books, man, you can open your eyes to a whole lot of shit that you don't want to get it. You don't say, no, in the Bible, the Jews said, in the Bible said, the Jew. No, in the Bible, what the Jews wrote was what the Jews wrote. But you ain't got to believe me. You know what I'm saying? But you best understand the truth don't be and break a fold for no nigga. You know what I'm talking about? So, uh, then if you really understand, you understand Trump's attitude. Really, it's the money, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Trump ties these motherfuckers. I can't find it, but I thought one of his parents got them. They was Jews, but they was from Russia, if I'm not mistaken. But now I'm coming up. Both of them was supposed to be born in Germany. I don't see. That's not the information I got when I first uh, went in on trying to find out who Trump was. That was a couple of years back. I was thinking his mother was from some kind of little fishing town in Russia, some kind of way. She had ties to Russia or some shit. But either way it go, either way it go, man, the nigga is hardcore Jew, man. He ain't gonna come straight and tell you that. You see what I'm saying? But you follow his path, he show you that, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And the reason he don't write his goddamn rock with it, like I was trying to tell y'all, when you got a nice temple, you got a Christian Crusaders. Trump orders come down from somewhere else. That's why he don't rock with the Hollywood thing. Well, he rocks with the Hollywood thing, but he know he owns that shit. You know that's his shit. You know what I'm saying? The Pope and all that shit. He don't write it bow down to the Pope like the rest of them all do, because he know shit. And he studying that shit. Man, he's setting that shit up. He's setting shit up. He's setting that shit up in a righteous Jewish power. You know what I'm saying? Strategic power, strategically putting shit in power. You placing people in power. And once you understand that the white man The Gentile, as the Bible say, the Gentile, man, when the last say so come down to it, the Jews is not going to give them Israel, man. They're going to take that shit. The Jews tell these jokers what to do, man. You know what I'm saying? And they sit back and watch the Arab and the white man fight over land that belongs to the original, the ones the Jews have stolen the identity of. They have stolen the identity of the melanated people, which is not them, bro. But they done wiped us so far off the goddamn map. They ain't worried about us, bro. So we ain't got no army. We ain't got nothing. They ain't worried about us. They don't even consider us being part of the fight no more. So the Jews sit back and goddamn just watch the Arab and the motherfucking white man through a religion that he gave them. You know what I'm saying? He gave them Islam and the Christianity. He's sitting back just watching them fight over. For all the books, and then the last book, he jumped and he write himself into the history, but he write his book last, bro. You know what I'm saying? He write his book last, man. He write his book last. He put his book first. He put his book first. You ain't got to believe me, but I'm going to give it to you. He put his book first, man. He put his book first. But in the books that came out before the autobiography, Septuagint, and all the little Bibles came out, and the Quran, and all the other little religions they allowed to come out, because they had to go. Let me show you something. They had to be published. The books had to be published. So go on back and see how long the Jews been controlling your publishing. Ain't no book coming out of that motherfucker get published. See, ain't no book gonna come out unless that motherfucker gotta be published, and you gotta have goddamn you gotta go out there and sign papers and all kind of shit. But I don't give a fuck what you talking about. The book gotta be published. So who been controlling publishing? Who controls all the publishing? Literary gangsters. When you understand what literature is not the same as history. Literature is a bunch of mumbo jumbo, curve and goddamn. You know how literature is, man. When you was in school, you had English, you had literature, and Shakespeare's and all that shit. Romeo and all that bullshit. That's literature. Not to say it's factual, true history. So they literary gangsters, but at the same time, they controlling the publishing. So if they don't want that shit published, guess what? Your book don't come out the same way today. I'm rapping about that bitch on that pole. She snorted my dope, and I'ma kill that hoe. If you ain't rapping about that shit, guess what? You ain't coming out. I know, my nigga. I know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But go look and see who controlled all the publishing, my nigga. Literary gangsters, my nigga. These niggas pimping. The sword is the ink pen, man. War. That's how they got our minds, because they control the fucking literature. Then they sit so far back in the cut, they pimping the white man. And you know what kind of problem we think the white man create for us? The motherfucking so-called Master Mason, the 33rd degree Master Mason, motherfucking order goddamn Mason. What we think NASA, this NASA, nigga, the president of Washington, D.C. You know the kind of problem we think they do for us? So if these motherfuckers are pimping these niggas, if the goddamn Jew is pimping these niggas, and the motherfuckers in Washington, D.C., the presidents, all these motherfuckers and motherfuckers at NASA who got them controlling the space program and all these motherfuckers is going to the Jew. You know we at the bottom of the motherfucker totem pole. They going to these niggas, so that mean goddamn, but these the motherfuckers who calling the shots behind the scenes against country. Mother against father, they motherfucking pin anybody against, they pin motherfucking countries against country. Then guess what? The country got to goddamn go borrow money from them, put the country in motherfucking debt, And we was looking at this and at the tape yesterday by the doctor. The motherfucker said, we don't give a fuck about the principal. All we want their interest. As long as you got them paying the interest rate, we don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's stolen identity. Your stolen identity. And then the thing you want to say is goddamn, oh shit. No, we the real Jews. We the goddamn black Jews. See, ain't no such thing as no black Jew. They stole your identity, but you gonna goddamn latch on to the name they gave themselves when they stole your identity. If it wasn't no such thing as a Jew and they make up a name called Jew, that don't make you no motherfucking Jew. They stole your identity and changed their name to Jew and stole your fucking history, wrote themselves into your history and put themselves in your place. That's why they'll come right next to a nigga and say, yeah, you my nigga. Because we've been through the same goddamn struggle. We've been through the same motherfucking struggle. And we feel our pain. We feel the pain just like you. But the whole time, ain't no white man never goddamn stepped down on them niggas like that. They be talking about Hitler. Man, all that shit. Damn near like the Kanika Jiggins case. All that Kanika Jiggins case. All that shit goddamn sour to paint the picture that Hitler was a bad motherfucker, but Hitler had that swastika. That swastika came straight up out of Africa. Straight up out of the Church of Alabama. I can show it to you. You want to put it up? Huh? I put it up. Boop, 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 boop. I got it right on up. Straight to the Church of Alabama. Carved straight out of the goddamn mountain. Boy, I still would have a phone. Carved straight out of the mountain. The swastika go back. That's 360 degrees. Each goddamn corner is 90 degrees. That's 91, 80, 240, 360. It represents 360 degrees. Another representation of the goddamn sun. See what I'm talking about? So that swastika ain't belong to Hitler. So Hitler knew goddamn what the fuck he was doing. He knew who he was trying to get rid of. He was goddamn trying to ban the motherfucking secret societies. That's what he was trying to stop in the secret societies with these motherfuckers going around literally putting literature out and writing literature, writing themselves into a goddamn people history. And Hitler knew them hoes were lying and he was trying to stop them hoes because he knew they were going to become the world power if he didn't stop them. Huh? He knew it. You don't see Hitler goddamn killing no black boy. He killing Jews, so-called Jews. Trying to stop the shit. But then they paint the little picture, put the shit on their little Hollywood South TV show, and then tell you they didn't suffer all kind of goddamn strife. These motherfuckers ain't suffer shit. They sacrificed a few motherfuckers. Yeah, they sacrifice niggas every day, B. A nigga every day, B. Niggas get sacrificed every day, B. They sacrifice a few motherfuckers for the sake of the TV show to show you the goddamn South. And took over the motherfucking world. These motherfuckers took over the goddamn world, man. Then you want to watch Trump act the way he act. Shit. Swag. Who the fuck you think your mom and dad is? Who the fuck you think your mom and dad is? I gotta go and goddamn go find this goddamn. I'm gonna go find this goddamn footage with me and old girl. She jumped down in some shit one day. Bro. But me and her goddamn. Let me see if I can find that footage. I don't be able to find it. But she jumped down on some shit one day. Let me see. I might be able to go to him. Let me see his I'm just gonna go find the shit. Can I find it? Boom. I'm just gonna find it. I had chopped it up. With Black Country Fraud Committee. She came through one day and she was breaking that shit down so lovely about about Trump, but that shit was going right over people's head. She came and she broke that shit down just the level that she wanted to on tomorrow for real, for real. But don't seem like I'm gonna be able to find. Let's see. I'll try one more thing, then I'm gonna move on. I should have had it ready. But I thought I forgot what I was doing. Trying to pull that shit right on up, boop, 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 like that. Did it? Let me see. There's the one. You know what I worry about it. She got down taking I bring back up. I got plenty of time to bring back up. I give some shine. Shout out to my my super Black Country Fraud Committee. She came through and goddamn represented that shit. The story about behind Trump little crazy ass. I was gonna play that video, don't worry about it though. But look at this nigga is gone. This nigga is not this nigga a Jew. This nigga down with your why he make his move like that. Why he make his move like that? Look at this right. Look at this shit right here. This is dad right here, Fred Trump. And Mary Ann McCullen Trump. Man, these people got ties with Russia and Germany, man. You understand me? These folks got all kind of ties, bro. Watch this right here. Oh, I gotta share my screen. I'm tripping. Don't let me trip out on y'all. Don't let me trip out on y'all. Shit. Don't let me trip out. Gotta share the screen first. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Gotta share the screen first. Oh, bing, bing. Yeah. Pew, 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 pew. Pew. See what we got right here? This nigga daddy, man. Everybody know daddy goddamn gave me $1 million. Everybody know this shit. But the thing nigga need right to check out is what they stand for and what he come from. This is why them. See this? Man, this nigga ain't that nigga. This ain't shit new to these niggas, man. See this here? Nigga, that's like a grand wizard or drag. That's a drag or a grand wizard type shit, though. You know what I'm saying? I wonder where this particular goddamn. I wonder where this nigga here keep this particular sheep and cape at. I wonder where he keep it at. And I bet he keep this motherfucker fresh, that motherfucking clean. He probably got his mama's too. I know he probably got this motherfucker right here. It belonged to his daddy. It belonged to his daddy. Y'all play with it if y'all want to, man. Y'all can play with it. I bet this nigga still don't give a how many mansions and everything he got. I bet he got the special place that he keep him daddy sheep with him cake. Cause that shit meant something to him daddy. Him daddy, y'all. Can him get some milk and cookies from the choppers there? You understand me? Cause it meant something to his daddy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man, go in, man. This boy. I'm trying to told you. I'm trying to tell you what we're messing with and why things the way they is. You know what I'm talking about? If you don't believe me, you can go right into your look at all these little pictures. That's some nice little pictures there. Soldier boy. Soldier boy. Which one of these little Trump's truck? Might be her. That bullshit. Alleged, man. Everything alleged on this show, man. I just got there making little jokey jokes. You feel me? I just be making little jokey jokes. Get up. Man, it's kind of crazy. The first wife, though, he dogged out. Anyway, Jewish ties, man. This nigga Jewish ties. I'm going to show you. And you can go right in the Bible and find the shit if you want to. But let me go back. Let your boy go back. Let me get up all that. Boom, let me get up all that. Oh, there was some shit we were talking about yesterday about him and his uncle, man. That shit, that'll trip you out. But I don't want to go out to that nigga uncle, man, sounds serious. That nigga Uncle Man is something serious, man. Like they be got there hitting portals and shit and coming back. No, like that nigga knew he was gonna be president, man. They be knowing anyway, years ahead of time anyway. You know what I'm saying? Let me go see can I find this video that we played yesterday so I can play some of that video for y'all, man. Let y'all listen to how these folks talking, how these folks feel about you for real, off the rip. The Jews, but they the ones tell they the ones tell them, they the ones, and then who behind them? That's the thing I'm trying to figure out. Who behind them? Who behind them? If you don't think these people wrote this shit, you don't think these people wrote this shit in the Bible, I'll show you in Genesis. We're gonna go into Genesis. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. No, I know. Man, you always trying to bash religion. Yeah, I'm trying to get you back to Mother Nature, man. I'm trying to get your head back right. Yeah, y'all trying to bash that shit. Trying to bash the hell out of this shit. You're an atheist. No, I ain't. Oh, I ain't. You is. You got deep out. You understand what the fuck going on. You got to understand who writing this shit. Who got down. The motherfucker been in control since goddamn 1900. Since the 1900, these folks been in control of all this shit. So you think you got some real shit. You think you got some real shit to hold on to. Okay. Yeah, right here, man. Let me goddamn crank this up. Out to goddamn Mike 5MB. You know what I'm saying? This video will be used for goddamn educational purposes.
From 9 to 10 p.m.
Let's get on.
Standard Time. Filling in for Pastor Bob, who covered for me last week. We're going to have a very interesting program tonight. I'm sure you're going to find it that way. I have a guest by the name of Rabbi A.B. Finkelstein. He's off the East Coast of the United States, who's going to be joining me tonight. And we're going to be talking about authenticity of things in the world.
God damn, that man said.
As I said, a rabbi off the East Coast of the United States.
About authenticity. That's not one of the words I be using on my people. Y'all goddamn authentic. Don't let nobody take your authenticity. Be the author of your own life. Once you goddamn follow an author and give him control and you believe what an author say, you lose your authenticity. You are no longer authentic. You are a sheeple, a cattle, a chattel. Man, it sounds like some shit I be saying to my people, man. Damn, let's go, Rabbi. Let's go.
United States. Are you there with me tonight? Hey, listen, I'm filling in here for Pastor Bob tonight, and I know we've never met, but I do have some very interesting questions for you. I think questions that I want to give you the opportunity to answer to, because there's a lot of rumors and conjecture that's taking place across this country relating to the Jewish population, okay? Now, you see, as being
The boy said, okay.
Teacher of the Jewish race, because you are a race, aren't you? Well, some say we're a race, some say we're a religion. Yeah, well, what do you say? We're a little of each. I can imagine, yeah. Now, I want to get into some hard topic here right away here.
No, they're not a race.
You're a very pronounced person among your own people, and of course you're very aware that I don't like you or your race, okay? I'm sure you're aware of this, right? No problem. You see, there's a big topic that's going around on this 6 million Holocaust that took place during World War II of the Jews at the Buchenwald, Auschwitz, and different places. A lot of information has come out here, Rabbi Finkelstein,
Jewish. Come over here now, them motherfuckers not a race. No such thing as a Jewish race. They stole your identity.
Everybody knows that the Jews never told a lie in the history of the world. However, whether it's 6 million or 600,000 or 60,000, it's just a number. Well, it's just a number, but the thing that I want to get to you at is that You're a lying Jew is what you are. You're a lying Jew. You could say that, but even when we lie, we tell the truth. You know, this is very ironic because, you know, I never thought that I would get anyone that had the nerve to join me on a broadcast like this live. And you know, I just got off a program with a retired colonel, a very highly decorated colonel, on my last broadcast, my original broadcast here, Rabbi Finkelstein. And we got into the banking aspect of the money in this country. Now, everybody, a lot of people who have studied banking and economics, they know that the Federal Reserve Banking Corporation is a private Jewish bank. Is this true? Well, yes and no. Well, what part is yes? Well, it's a banking institution, that's for sure. You see, the thing that I don't like about this is that never knew what hard work was, and they never had. And besides, you know, this is the nice part about it. You Jews are just Christ murderers anyway. Well, that's true. We did murder him, but he was Jewish too. Oh, no, he was Almighty Yahweh, God in the flesh body. That's the problem you got. Well, we tell all the Goyim that they worship a Jew and they believe it, so what's the difference? And now that you brought up the Goyim, let's talk about that. In other words, the Goyim, correct me if I'm wrong, I know you will. Rabbi Finkelstein, a Goyim is any person who isn't a Jew. A Goyim is classified as cattle or an animal. Is this correct? Well, we are cattle because we're the chosen people. Well, yeah, you're chosen for fertilizer. That's what you're chosen for. You know, this is what the book of Enoch, the patriarch, even Yahweh in a flesh body said that all of you Jews, the descendants of Cain, are going to perish for the evil that you have done in this world. You are the destroyers and the incineraries of the world, are you not? Agree with that? But you see, the thing that really bothers me, and not bothers me to the extent of losing sleep over people like you, is that all wars have been created by Jewry. They've been all set up to gain as a monetary gain. Wouldn't you agree? It's the greatest game in the world to make some shekels. Now, let me ask you this. You know, there's so much things being talked about with George Bush in the White House. Let me have your opinion, first of all, about George Bush in the White House. You know, he's a good Goyim. You know, good for... He takes his orders from Ariel over there, and he tells them what to do, and he does it like a good Goyim. Would you agree that when the Balfour Declaration was signed in England, and the Jews were taken to Palestine, the land of Palestine, would you agree or disagree that there's actually more killing and there's been as much slaughter in Palestine by the Jews slaughtering and killing the Palestinians as there are of the Iraqi people being butchered in the last 12 years? Well, who counts? But once in a while, you got to thin out the herd. When you own the herd, you got to thin out the herd. I see. That's the philosophy of making money and staying alive and staying ahead. Is this right? Now, I'd like to... You take that Iraq business over there. We got the white Goyim fighting the Arab Goyim, and they're killing each other, and we're making a lot of money, and we get the oil, and we get the interest. The most important thing is the interest on all the shekels that we loan both sides. You mean usury? That's right. You call it usually. Now, you know, there's a book out that you read, Rabbi Finkelstein, called the Talmud. Now, the Talmud refers to Christ as his mother was a whore, and he was a bastardized son of a Roman soldier. Is this what's being taught in the synagogues? Well, every good Jew knows that. But you see, the reason that I wanted to ask you this is that, you know, you just said a little while ago that he was a Jew. And now you say every Jew knows that he was the son of a Roman soldier and that his mother was a prostitute. ago. Who knows what was said back then? Yeah, I guess that's right. That's absolutely right. You know, we're having a real bad problem in our country right now. There's a lot of outsourcing of jobs and deindustrialization of this country. You know, the 7 Jew banking families that took over control of the money in America in 1913 was the Rothschilds of London, Israel Schiff of Italy, Kuhn and Loeb of Germany, the Warburgs of Hamburg, Lehman Brothers of New York, Goldman Sachs of New York, and the Rockefellers of New York.
Goldman Sachs.
They don't realize and know.
Always the gold. Goldman Sachs, man, they in control, man. They got private. I ain't gonna let this shit whole thing play, man. I might thumb through it a little bit more, man. But then, you know, y'all might have got that. Go look at this video on your own time. Go ahead and check out this interview, man, with the Rabbi Abraham. I call the nigga Frankenstein. You know what I'm saying? It's Finkelstein, but I call the nigga Frankenstein. As you know, man, the Jews got the ability to change their fucking name when they get ready. One nigga named Goldberg. One minute nigga named Goldstein, Silverstein, Franklin Flicker, all that shit. They change the name, change business when they get motherfucking ready. They in control of all of your motherfucking gold and jewelry. But one thing you got to understand, they ain't never been no fucking. They said when they wrote this book, they wrote the book and said the Lion of Judah. A lot of y'all niggas know what I'm talking about. The Lion of Judah. Ain't no fucking Lion of Judah. You can't go through the land of Judah. How do you tell these people who came out of the fucking Caucasus Mountains, the European descendant, how the fuck they become controllers of what goes on in Judah? See, they use the name Judah, tie themselves to a land that ain't got nothing to do with them. That's a PowerPoint. Bam, a dot. There's a dot, man. So that's how you got to get their ass back up off you. Back up off me. Back up, you gotta bag them up off you. How the fuck you claim that you a Jew? We ain't never heard of no word, no Jew or none of that shit. When you in history, you coming back and forth, when you on your timeline, you traveling your timeline, and you doing your studying, this the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This when they trying to play chocolate and chess at the same time, trying to jump motherfuckers and everything else on the chessboard. You don't have to do no jumping there, chess go, and you can't jump way over here. You can't jump way over here, goddamn, about Judah, nigga. The land of Judah don't belong to you. It ain't no line of Judah. They imitating. They writing the story the way they want to write it, but the line as well, the Sphinx as well. The Sphinx is in Kemet. That's where you see the great Sphinx, the great line, the line of Kemet still standing there. Ain't no line in no Judah. Ain't none of that shit in Judah like that. And so everything ties to them. When they want to be persecuted, want to goddamn be prosecuted, yeah, got to go see the jury. They goddamn stole all of the jewelry, the diamonds, everything. Them motherfucker had a goddamn, they fucking had a good ass fight and found some good ass shit, some treasures and shit. And they was goddamn desecrating the people, man. But these motherfuckers have been fighting against each other for a long time. They've been fighting against each other for a long time over the shit that don't even belong to them. They been to wipe those out and goddamn counted those out, man. They goddamn fighting against the goddamn the Arabs and the Christians. They done came out of the motherfucking mountains and made them a whole race of people, bro. And mixed and mingled up on the people and goddamn they set people off into important areas. They slide in. And they had these little secrets and they slowly build. They did that shit. And slowly took over the whole literary game, bro, and wrote the books like they wanted to write the books, man. And people is really listening to these people. These are the people who wrote the shit for you. You heard what he just said about Jesus. He wrote and gave you a Jesus, something for you to love and adore. Why he don't give a fuck about that shit? Oh, yeah, he was a Jew too. Now, he don't give a fuck about that shit because he know he wrote the shit and gave it to you. But he been taught well. He been taught well by his goddamn people. He been taught well by his people, man. And you can go right into your Bible, man. If you think I'm bullshitting, go right into your Bible and go into Genesis when they got them, go to creating all the races and shit and all this other bullshit, and you will see that they talking about Jews and Gentiles. These motherfuckers, the first and greatest lie they ever told that God, some damn God, gave granted salvation to the Jew first. That lie right there will get the whole world fucked up on this bullshit. They gonna feed you all that good holy roll of shit in between them pages, but they made sure you know that God loved them more than he loved y'all ass. They made sure you knew that God granted salvation to the Jew first, and the whole world is eating this shit. And how the fuck God gonna grant salvation to a motherfucker? Who picking and choosing? What you picking and choosing at? They ain't none of my God. That's y'all book God. I don't fuck with it like that. Cause I know what I'm talking about, man. I ain't fucking around like that. They made sure they wrote that lie. Then they put themselves over the motherfucking Leviticus, the Levites, them the Jews. They made sure they put themselves over the money in your book. That's another PowerPoint. They put the motherfucker over your money in that book. That's another PowerPoint, bro. So now they over the money, and God had granted them salvation first, and they over the money. But they the ones goddamn trying to slaughterhouse your Savior, trying to do everything bad. They let all that shit take place. Then they come back around and run down and let Jesus slide all the way over into the Quran. How they do that? Through Abraham, through an allegory story called Abraham. Abraham and Sarah and the Egyptian